we got breaking news in the world of wrestling. Now, this could be good news or bad news depending on what you were expecting when you heard the news that WWE WrestlePalooza and AEW All Out would be going head to head on September 20th. Tony Khan has announced that as of right now, officially, AEW All Out will not be going head to head with WrestlePalooza. It will be moving to an earlier time in the day at 2 p.m. Central to avoid the counter-programming. So I'm very curious to know how you guys feel about that. Let me know in the comments. Here's my thought, and I'm going to be fully transparent with you. I think this was the right move. Now let me explain. We need to come to the realization that AEW, at least here in 2025, is no longer competition for WWE. Now, is it an alternative to WWE? Yes. Those two things are not mutually exclusive, though. You can be competition and an alternative. Unfortunately, AEW is not competition, despite being a very viable alternative to the company. It is a far distant number two. Still number two, but it's not competition. And so, when the news was announced that WWE was purposefully counter-programming AEW, I said this in a previous video. I've said this on previous live streams. I thought the move was stupid. I thought it was going to hurt both companies more than it helps. Because AEW, they're not going to lose their audience. The people who watch AEW were going to watch AEW no matter what, because a lot of them just don't like WWE. Vice versa for WWE. And so all you're doing is just splitting the fan base. This isn't the 90s where WWF and WCW were both their own entities and they were growing their audiences week by week by week by week by week by week. So they were literally two titans fighting for the same area and the same market. So in that instance, competition is healthy, right? Because it pushes each company to bring their A game. Anytime you slip up, you could end up losing on money. You don't get paid, you don't eat. It's a different era now. It's not the same as it was in the 90s. Would I love competition with WWE? WWE needs competition. Number one, there has to be some kind of wrestling promotion that can and should compete at the level of WWE. Why? So they don't get complacent. So they don't think they can take time off, have filler weeks like they do now, because there's nobody pushing them to be on their A game. AEW, unfortunately, is not at that level. Was AEW at one point at that level? Yes. AEW, in my opinion, was at its best in 2021, where they had Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, of course, Kenny Omega, Hangman Page, and then Swerve, Keith Lee. The Acclaim was hot. The women were amazing. Forbidden Door was still very new. It isn't new now, but it was fresh. All of these things made AEW, in my opinion, a straight strong competitor against WWE. I would have even said AEW was the number one best company in the world at one point. That AEW sold out Arthur Ashe Stadium in under an hour. That's 20,000 seats. If that AEW was around, this WWE would be in trouble. But that's not the AEW we have now. Most of those names I said went back to WWE. I just feel like AEW is not in that position currently to call themselves competition. So why do it? Why do it? So, from my standpoint, and this is just my opinion, if you feel differently, let me know in the comments. This was a smart business decision. Because before this, I even wrote a post, and I put this on Facebook, and I put it on Twitter. And on Twitter, I got ratioed for it, over simply bringing this point to the forefront. I said that Tony Khan is a smart businessman and truly cares about his show not being overshadowed. He should already be making plans to either move All Out to an earlier time in the day or push it to Sunday. Now, if they pushed it to September 21st, they would be competing with football. So, is that the best call to make? I don't know. You tell me about that one. But it's either push it to Sunday or move it to an earlier time. Because I say that knowing AEW does not currently have the stories or the star power to outdraw what is going to be an extremely stacked WWE PLE premiere on ESPN. We're talking John Cena versus Brock Lesnar, Stephanie McCurr taking on Io Sky. You already got AJ Lee being teased. Let's be real, AJ Lee's going to appear. WWEshot.com just came out and said she's returning to the ring, so there you go. So AJ Lee, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre. You're going to have at least a solid 6 to 8 matches on that card. What does AEW have right now to compete against that? And I'll be real with you, the only thing they have right now that's even worth the price tag of $50 is a Jon Moxley versus Darby Allin Texas Chainsaw Massacre hardcore death match barbed wired gore fest. Now that sounds like an exaggeration, but I'm pretty sure that's what they're going to have at All Out. Them absolutely destroying each other and painting the canvas red. That's all they got. Maybe you can include Cope and Christian taking on FTR. Maybe. But outside of those two things, there isn't a lot there. Everything else would require a massive amount of storytelling and build. And literally 3 weeks. To even make me consider choosing AEW All Out over WrestlePalooza. So this was the right call. Tony Khan made a smart business decision to move this earlier on in the day, and I don't want to hear anybody give him crap for it. Don't you give him shit for this. Because I know we as old school fans, knuck up, buck up, take your licks, bring the heat. You want the smoke? Bring the smoke. Because I saw the replies to that post on Twitter. Most of the people who replied said Tony Khan should stand on business. You had that time and slot first. Accept the competition and bring your best. Put your best foot forward. Don't get scared. Fight. Tape up your fists, get inside the ring, and go head to head. Right? So I already know those same fans are going to give Tony Khan a hard time because of this. They shouldn't. This was the right move to make. This was the most sensible move they could have made. Because there was no way in hell they were going to outdraw and also outshine WWE. WWE is going to control the headlines. The entire weekend is going to be about WWE. So the best thing that AEW could have done was to air the show earlier, get some kind of traction out of it, make the most of this situation, and then live to fight another day. So I applaud Tony Khan. I thought this was the right move. I will complain about one thing. Now, you know, I gotta complain about something. Yes, I'll give them credit where credit is due, but when they mess up, I can't let them slip. Why are you still making people pay $40 to see it? On top of the HBO Max subscription. See, WWE isn't charging anything yet. They might change their mind. But as of right now, 2025, September, we don't have to pay anything extra than having an ESPN Plus subscription to watch WWE's PLEs. Unfortunately, that's not the case for AEW and their pay-per-views. You still have to pay not $50, but $40 to watch the show. That's not a discount. In my personal opinion, if I have a HBO Max subscription, I should get this for free. If you have to make me pay tops $25, I don't like paying the $40 on top of the HBO subscription. So now I'm paying $55. Whatever. It is what it is, I guess. Wherever floats your boat. But that to me is a miss. Tony Khan and HBO should be hosting these pay-per-views for free if you have an HBO Max subscription. Not making us pay an extra $40 to watch it. Because I get it, you still want to have that pay-per-view model. Because they make a lot of money off of that. Okay, you can still have it. But if you have an HBO Max subscription, it should be for free. That's just me. That's just how I feel. You can agree or disagree. But yeah, I want to get your thoughts on this. Like, where do you guys sit on this entire ordeal? Do you think Tony Khan made the right call to move AEW All Out to an earlier time so it wouldn't go head-to-head with WrestlePalooza? Or do you think he chickened out and he should have gone head-to-head? Let me know in the comments, and thank you for watching. Do all the YouTube things. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cashapp, and Venmo. I love you all, and I'll catch you guys next time right here in Alyx's world. The place that is, was, and forever will be a safe space for wrestling fans like you.